Hey, this is Tony Madsen. I'm here with the Wild Cardinal Network Player of the Week, the Billy Lankford Memorial Player of the Week. This week, we had the dynamic duo from the defense. The leading tackler for the game with 11 tackles was Abram Rodgers. The leading tackler for the year is Nick Russo, and we brought the both of them up as they both had monster games at a monster time as we were playing UMS-Wright in order to sustain the 10-0 season run. Good morning, gentlemen. Congratulations, Nick.
Thank you.
And
morning.
Game. Awesome.
Thank
you. Nice game. Tell me a little bit about we're 10-0 on the season, your reaction to that. Just let me have it right offhand. Abram.
It's a pleasure. I'm thankful for the player of the game, and thank y'all for choosing me.
Well, it was an awesome game. Like I said, the timing was just tremendous on that. And then Nick Russo, he has just been, BD calls him the $2 steak. He's just always there on the spot, 56 tackles on the year. Between the two of them, a lot of huge stops against UMS-Wright. Nick, you're 10-0 on the year. That's unusual. Tell me how your reaction to being 10-0.
It feels great to make history here. I think as an adult, I always remember this 10-0 squad. And, I mean, we're not done yet. We're still going after that state championship, and I hope we're going to be remembered for that.
That's the attitude we want to hear. Now, that's the next thing in line, of course, is the playoffs. But let's just back up just 1 second and take a look at our season. It was a really special season at 10-0. We'll zero in on UMS-Wright, the final game there for our dynamic duo on defense. Like I said, 11 tackles, solo tackles from Abram Rodgers last night. That, of course, was his leading stat of the year, or best game of the year from a statistician standpoint. Also had a sack and a loss of 7 yards on that sack. So just an awesome time to have a huge game. UMS-Wright, 5A school, they walked onto campus, and you got excited. Tell me a little bit about that, the game plan on defense.
The game plan on defense was primarily to stop the pass, to be honest, this week, because we thought they were going to pass on us this game. And so all week we did man-on-man type of stuff, and then me and Nick and the linebackers, we focused on run and all their run games. So Coach QP did it right.
Now, 11 tackles on the night, tackle for loss of 6. So in the backfield quite often. A lot of blitzing going on, or was that kind of part of the game plan as well, or you just ended up in backfield all the time?
I just ended up in the backfield all the time, to be honest. I guess it was all luck. I don't know.
Nah, no, don't say that. Abram also, I'm pretty sure he broke the tackle record at our new stadium.
For what?
I think it's previously 9 tackles.
In a game?
Was like the high tackle at our stadium.
Okay.
So Abram broke the record. So
We'll have to
good for
check
him.
Dang, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
By 2 tackles. And then the 6 tackles for loss. Again, it's just huge on the night. Nick Russo ended up with 5 tackles, a sack, and that sack amounted to a 6-yard loss as well. So stopping the run, we also had a good deal of stopping the pass that night.
Yes,
Tell me a little bit about UMS. We had to play from behind a little bit, especially as we walked into the fourth quarter. How was the feel of the defense as they were staring down, the end zone, marching at us?
We had a lot of times where we could have given up in that game, especially when it got to the fourth quarter, as you said. But our team just has like a great belief in each other, and I feel like we all felt that we could still win that game, no matter what happened.
It was an incredible night all around. It being senior night, everything like that. Mr. Abram is a junior, but you're a senior, so you marched out with your parents and everything like that. Not the last game in the stadium, but the last regular season. From here on out, it's win or go home kind of thing. Does that put a little extra pressure on the defense here as we walk into a little higher competition as we get into the playoffs?
For sure. I mean, it's win or go home now. I mean, we're basically 0-0 right now, trying to chase that 5-0. But it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. I'm a little scared for our seniors. I just feel bad because it's like their last games, and so I'm not trying to let them go home early, and I'm trying to make them have the best last game of their season or career, I guess.
Now, we talked about the road to the playoffs a little bit off of camera. Give me your rundown. You guys have done a little bit on the Wild Cardinal Network as far as prognostication with the playoffs. Give me your rundown of how the Cardinals can get to the championship game.
How the Cardinals can
Well,
get
they got to go undefeated first.
Yes, we do. But
How do you see it falling together? Do you see Oak Grove doing good, Booker T. Washington coming in week 2, that kind of thing?
I see Pleasant Grove going against us sooner or later. But wait, who's like our?
Isn't it Booker T? If Pleasant Grove beats Booker T. Washington, we would have to travel. To
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, that's a little bit kind of freaky from the standpoint. We're the number 1 seed. Everybody should come to us. But
Yeah.
Second round is based on travel. So Pleasant Grove would have traveled to BT Washington, so we would have to travel to them if they were to win. It's meant, of course, if there's an upset, for the upset to get rewarded in some way. And then, of course, when you get into the semis, everything flips. And then if it's against a region opponent, that trumps all. It's whoever's seeded first and second there. So we would have to perhaps travel. Yes. Back up to Birmingham. That's crazy to think about.
That'd be horrible.
All right, then the other thing about the oddity of the playoffs is we're going to see kind of our playoff rivals, the two of them, between Jackson and Hanley, who's taken us out of the playoffs the last couple of years. They've ended our playoff run. They're going to play each other, and the winner of that game possibly faces us, provided we're 3-0 at that standpoint. How do you see that part of the bracket coming together? Those two powerhouses eventually playing each other.
I feel like the Hanley and Jackson game will be a very good game, but I feel like Jackson will end out on top. So I think we'll be playing Jackson week 3, right?
Yeah, I'd much rather
That'd be
play
week 4, semifinals.
Week 4.
Yeah.
I'd much rather play Hanley, but in my head, I'm just gonna think that Jackson is gonna win. Just don't want to get my hopes up, you know.
Hanley's a long ways. I sure do like the confines of the nest, to be honest with you, and
I
everything,
agree.
all our setups. One of those would be bound to be just a huge game of the week kind of thing as we build closer to the state championship, of course. And it'll be interesting who comes from the north. West Morgan, Cherokee County has quite a run going as far as regular season games, that kind of thing. So interesting to see how that falls out as well.
They're the ones that went to state last year, right?
They went to the championship game and lost to Jackson. You're a senior, and just kind of sum up 10 wins. We started with a big win against Bayside, and we never slowed down.
I mean, I'm really thankful for all the teams we've played. They've all given us, you know, helpful tips on how to get better because of mistakes we've made during all those games. We've played a bunch of different types of teams, different formations, different kinds of players, and I feel like that's prepared us like a lot for this postseason.
Awesome. Good answer. And then Abram Rodgers, the Billy Lankford Memorial Player of the Week. Same kind of thing. Summarize the season for us. I know, and add, if you would, the kind of the team motto, the Newt Chappie, and how that builds into things as well.
I feel like the Newt Chappie builds into that game Friday night, last Friday, because we were down, they were in the red zone, and we thought we were going to lose. So we, I don't know, put our heads into the Newt Chappie and kept going.
Interesting. That's a great answer. Awesome. All right, well, there it is from the WCN studios this week. Your Billy Lankford Memorial Players of the Game, the dynamic duo on defense, Abram Rodgers and Nick Russo. Thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations. Good luck in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.